Hello, everybody. Welcome to Hey Anthony, Hey Derek. This is episode one. Right when Hey everybody is hey to the people we told this about. You know,
A total of one person.
you're only gonna tell one person.
Yep. Only just the one.
Uh, I'll tell I'll tell more.
No, that'd be pretty. They're pretty good to actually get more people
Yeah,
if
yeah,
you recommend more than one person. I should probably do that too, but
yeah, yeah.
no, it's fine.
Nah, I want to like toil in obscurity.
That's what I want to be. When I grew up, I said I want to be a nobody. So here I am.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
They'd be like, and what do you want to do when you're older? Probably live in my parents' basement.
100%.
Wasn't even ready yet. Just
It's really good.
uh,
No.
yeah. Anyway, as I was telling you
Yeah.
before, uh, I did get the premium Zoom.
Mhm.
So this first episode will be short.
Yeah.
Uh, it's like 150 for an annual subscription. Is a lot, or $15 a month for a monthly subscription. And if you do the math, that's more money.
Yeah. That's how we set it up.
Yes. So I did not want to uh, pay more money than I had to, but I also didn't know if I had $150. So I was
I don't even have that much money.
I was trying to,
Yeah, we're trying to like save a little bit out here,
waiting to see if I could swing it.
starting from these tough beginnings.
Yeah.
Broke 20 whatevers.
Yeah.
Going through the process.
Just making these stacks fatter.
Man, we are certainly trying.
Yeah.
I think they're bulimic,
Yeah.
anorexic, maybe.
Give me just a second.
Okay. Is this the first pause on the podcast? Because that's hilarious if it is.
That was my sister. I
Where's she
didn't
going?
tell anyone to not disturb me, so that could happen.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. Um, I'm in my apartment by myself, so I
Yeah.
should be good on my part.
Yeah. Well, as I said, I was in my parents' basement. I'm in my parents' basement. So,
Yeah, yeah.
but yeah.
So are we here to, like, do we have things or is this an episode of Seinfeld?
This might be an episode of Seinfeld. I have things that happened throughout the week.
Please,
Yeah.
just casual conversation like we're on the phone.
Yeah. Not entertaining at all.
No, it's fine.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Yeah.
Uh, anyway, I work at Panera Bread.
Uh,
Cause
I do.
yeah. Anyway,
Uh,
eventful week. Uh, the homeless guy did heroin in the bathroom. Um,
Already it's starting out hot.
yeah, it's not the first time that's happened.
Yeah.
Um, but there's more.
First time? I'm sorry. Is this the same homeless guy?
No, it's a different guy.
Oh, okay. So you have multiple homeless people coming in here and doing heroin.
Got around.
Why do we all know this and yet it's still happening? Can't really help it, I guess.
Well, it's right next to the exit. You just gotta pop in,
All right, that's fair.
do some heroin real quick, and then you're good. But
Okay, fair enough.
so, uh, but there's not. That's not notable.
Hmm.
It's not at all notable. There's nothing outside of the fact that a guy did heroin.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. It definitely got my attention. I'll say that much.
Yeah, it's an attention grabber, but then I feel like there's no substance there.
It's not. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, no, you know what? No
Yeah.
substance. I can't think of the word, so I'm just gonna just let it go.
Uh, someone didn't want to work on Friday, on Friday. Someone didn't want to work at Panera, who one of my coworkers, and so he took a knife, and right here he just kind of cut his hand open so that he could go home.
He mutilated himself so he could go home.
Yeah, he did.
Insane ass.
Yeah, he didn't. So he didn't know if it was gonna work or not.
Uh,
So he cut himself pretty deep, and then continued to work. Got blood on a lot of stuff. We had to clean it up.
oh my god.
Yeah.
I,
We were like, what are you doing, man?
why, bro? Just quit. If you're gonna do that, just quit, bro. You don't need to do this to yourself. That's crazy.
Didn't I? So it wasn't well thought through, right?
Clearly, yeah.
Definitely like needed s- stitches, or at the very least like some sort of like
Mm,
glue people's body shut. Um, so it was a pretty deep cut. Um, but I'm not. I highly doubt he went to the hospital afterwards. Um, so I don't know. It was like not very well thought out. Got blood everywhere.
yeah, clearly.
Now I don't know if he has a job after that
I
because
don't know. He should have one after doing that.
yeah, yeah, probably not because
That's crazy, bro. Like, just quit. You don't need to be there. Like, if you hate your job and clearly yourself enough to do that, bro, just go. God damn. That's crazy, bro.
But let's say he does go to the hospital.
Okay.
You afford? Do you think he has insurance? He's a 31-year-old man.
No, I don't. Not if he's cutting himself, he ain't got insurance. Hell no.
So how much does he owe now? I'm not
Mm-hmm.
trying to get an actual quote here.
Mm-hmm.
Just am curious. I'm trying to do the math in my head for
Yeah.
how much this one decision will cost him. Because already he's not getting paid for the rest of the day. He's got to go.
Yeah.
And then he's got to
Into his shift.
what?
How far was he into his shift?
Let me think. Probably like 4 hours.
You halfway through. Stop being a bitch. He's a bitch. You're 31 cutting yourself and you probably ain't got no insurance and you want to go home. You're 31 years old. You a bitch. Just leave, motherfucker. Goddamn. That's crazy.
But what if they said no?
Then he's even shittier. And I hope he feels salty as fuck.
Yeah.
Hell no with that.
I mean, look, you got to do what you got to do. All right. Maybe it's quiet quitting.
Quiet quitting.
I heard about that.
I have heard about that.
Yeah. That's pretty extreme quiet quitting. Um, that's pretty close to just quitting. Um,
Yeah,
hmm
that's what I call it.
But yeah, there's that.
Was there anything else eventful?
Anything else eventful?
Yeah.
I don't live a very eventful life. Don't.
You know what? Me either.
Okay.
Um,
What?
I mean, if anything, the most exciting thing so far has been I officially got a bed in my apartment now today. I got it from my dad, so I had to pay for it. That's pretty good. Um, and yeah,
Did you get a mattress or a bed frame?
I have both. I have both. I have a frame and it's a mattress.
What did you have neither before?
No,
So
I was sleeping on an air mattress.
Did you blow it up every night, or did you just leave it inflated?
I left it inflated.
Well, it has to deflate after a while, right?
Well, yeah, you fill it up with air every once in a while, but yeah, just inflated.
Do you live in a safe area?
um, yeah, I think so. I
Okay.
think so. It's definitely not a bad one. I can say that it's not a bad one.
What I'm wondering is if there was ever any concerns that maybe there's like if you live in a bad area, there's stray gunfire that goes through your apartment and kind of like pops the air mattress. And in the middle of the night, you're just like,
Just sinking down. Well, now my ego's really been deflated. Um, that pun there. Uh, no, that's a fine area. There's been a couple weird occurrences, but like whatever. Um, no, I finally have a bed now. I haven't had a bed in 2 years. I've been sleeping on the floor, and then only in this apartment had I had an air mattress, right? So that was, I guess, an upgrade from the floor. But now I have a bed.
so you haven't had a bed. This wasn't by choice, I'm assuming.
No, this was by choice. I had
Sleeping on the floor by choice.
yes, yes.
You've been watching a lot of Liver King.
Not too much. I do not fuck with Liver King. No, it's just I moved back here and I was living with my mom for a second, and in like the tiny ass room I was in to have a bed in there, it just took up like too much space in the room. And so I was like, I'm just not gonna have one. I'm just gonna sleep on the floor. And for a long while, it didn't like bother me at all. Obviously, it was a choice, but like it didn't bother me. But there's a time I was just like, okay, I'm really starting to like miss having a bed. And now there would be times I wouldn't sleep in one, like if I was like a hotel or whatever. Okay, this is also gonna sound sad as shit. Sometimes I go into the guest bedroom at the house to just lay on that bed, just so I have a bed to lay on.
So you've had the option for a bed this entire time, and you just chose to not use it.
Yeah, no, I'm not. I no, I said this was by choice. I'm not saying I didn't have a choice in the matter. I did.
I'm so it's that just seems like something that I would do, making your life worse for no reason.
No, no, my life wasn't worse. I was fine.
Life was worse. You didn't have a mattress.
No, I was fine.
Oh,
I when being in here, I wanted a mattress because I wasn't sleeping on the floor anymore. I was sleeping on the air mattress.
I was fine, man. I was fine.
I'm just saying.
Refrigerator, but it's cool. It's cool.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, it's cool. It's fine. Whatever.
You just have to eat everything that day. If you
Yeah.
go to the grocery store once a day,
I just think about going to the grocery store. I can't actually afford to go there. That kind of thing.
so that is
I no, life ain't that hard. Life ain't that hard.
well. The way you describe it, it doesn't seem like it's easy.
I mean, I guess it was fine. It was fine. It was all a choice. But you know what? Do you? Okay, so here's an actual like thing, if you will. So you know anything about like the manosphere? Have you heard of that before?
No.
No. So I'm not going to say this like I really know anything, but what it seems to be is like a lot of men trying to speak more on the man experience, uh, just kind of in society or maybe even around the world, but more so, a lot of these are like American men. So, like Andrew Tate or Jordan Peterson.
Yeah. Okay. I get it.
Okay, you're kind of with it now.
Those
Okay. So it's not something I ever paid attention to. What?
cool guys.
Cool.
But
We could use that word.
just listen to what they have to say. It's not bad. It's not bad.
It's a well, like I hadn't paid attention to it like at all, and I didn't even know it was even called that. And I was on like YouTube, and you have like the app you can see like on the shorts, and you just kind of like scroll down like TikTok or Reels or whatever. Um, and I would pass by some of these things. And at first, it was like Kevin Samuels. You've ever heard of that dude? He's also part of
I do know who that.
So I
Yeah.
didn't know who that was. I only was familiar with him because he was on an episode of Atlanta. Um, yeah, I know. And people were like, "Oh, Kevin Samuels." I didn't know who that was. So then I was scrolling on the shorts. He was one that came up, and I was like, "Oh, this is that guy." So I was actually curious to like what he was about or what he was trying to say and whatnot. And then the more you watch a thing, it'll just recommend more as it goes on.
You
So
know,
I just get like more and more of these videos, and I find all of it really interesting. Um, and I'm trying to not like get caught up in that, but I'm trying to like see like where it's coming from. Uh,
insec-
and hmm,
insecurity. That's where it's coming from.
it doesn't actually seem that way.
I think it is. I think their childhood sucked. I think they were not very popular as children. Look, it's like something
Uh,
happened to them, right? Either no women found them attractive, or they got a horrible relationship with their mom and their dad, or that's got to be along those lines, right? You don't just wake up one day and are like, you know what? I think women are inferior. And let me give you 5 reasons why.
right.
Childbirth.
Childbirth.
If the man was inferior, the man will be giving the child. The only male that's inferior is the seahorse.
Nice.
I'm not proud of that joke. I think that joke was bad.
I was like, I see where you're coming from with that though. Uh, no, it's. I mean, you're not wrong. And like, obviously, at some point in time, it's like, why did you have the points and realizations that you feel that you have to this day? Um, but like, I think a lot of that comes out of I don't think anybody's like even trying to listen to it to understand where it's coming from. Because I'm not saying that I agree with all of it, but there are some things that I do feel I agree with. Because
Go.
like, and I say that because it's not coming out of insecurity, because I wouldn't really consider myself like that insecure of a person. And you know me for a minute, I've never come off to be women are inferior to me at all, um, by any means. So like, I think a lot of people just kind of like hear about it in like the ether, like the social consciousness or something on the internet, and people will just assume a lot of things. But I'm also trying to be critical thinking about it. So I'm not trying to be like, I disagree with all of this. I'm trying to figure out like where's this coming from. But also there's some things I never really thought of in that way before. When it comes to like a man and woman in a relationship or viewing men in a certain way, that kind of thing.
I mean, I think it could be interesting to try and see where people are coming from. If you watch Channel 5, that's what Andrew Callahan tries to do.
Okay.
Um, it's just it's I don't like I don't know. I don't know what to say. I think typically stuff like that comes from some sort of problem with someone's childhood, and then they need a scapegoat. And it, in this instance, in the manosphere sphere,
Mhm.
women, and so I think it's like everything when you have a scapegoat like that, you kind of like every single thing that goes wrong in your life, you blame it on them, and then it becomes part of your identity. And like once that happens, it's like it's you're locked in. It doesn't matter how many like hard facts you can give someone, they're never ever going to take their heels out of their sand because it's who they are at that point.
Yeah.
So like Kevin Samuels, uh, I saw him. I saw a video of his because the way I was introduced to Kevin Samuels is by a coworker, a former coworker of mine. Yeah, he talked about Kevin Samuels like he was a real cool guy. He's like, dude, Kevin Samuels, he's so smart. You got to check him out. And I was like, I've never heard of this guy in my life. He was like, no, he tells this woman how they couldn't survive with men. And I was like, what are you talking about? And he's like, no, just watch it. He explains it better.
Mm.
And I watched it, and then all he did was yell at a woman about how if all men disappeared tomorrow,
Mhm.
then they would die in 3 days
Mm.
because they couldn't get any water.
Mm. Interesting.
Yeah. His argument being that, and his argument were all based on, I don't know if you could hear that.
No,
That's a home phone.
great. I heard a little bit in the background.
So we have a home phone
Mhm.
still. And the only people that call it are spam calls.
Yes.
Yeah. That and Rand Paul.
Okay.
I don't know if you know who Rand Paul is.
I do not.
He's real dumb. Rand Paul sucks. Rand Paul's a senator
Okay.
for Kentucky. He's a moron. He has curly hair like you and me, but he's real stupid.
You're
He
associating us as stupid.
curly? No, I'm just saying he's
Oh,
he's
okay.
he's like you and me, but not.
Oh, it's like not a person then.
Yeah, he's real dumb. He's spineless. Um,
No.
he rose to prominence like on the backs of like the Tea Party movement.
Yeah.
Um, and then as soon as he, by the way, his father was Ron Paul, who was also a longtime senator for Kentucky. As soon as Rand Paul got into office uh, in the Senate, immediately abandoned the Tea Party because that no longer became fashionable and just did whatever was popular in the Republican Party. Uh, he sucks. His former neighbor tackled him off of a lawnmower. It's one of the funniest things in the world. It's so funny. Uh, that's just how much he sucks. He got into an argument with his neighbor, and then his neighbor tackled him off of his lawnmower and like broke his collarbone or something.
Nice.
I love Rand Paul's neighbor. I would vote for Rand Paul's neighbor for senator.
Obviously, yes.
I don't know his politics. I'd if it were between Rand Paul and Rand Paul's neighbor, I would vote for Rand Paul's neighbor. I would want him to. I mean, he might have a restraining order. I'm not sure. I would want him to show up to the debates on a lawnmower,
Mhm.
um, and just every single thing that Rand Paul says that it annoys him, just like inch a little bit closer on the lawnmower.
This campaign slogan is "Your ass is grass."
Yeah, hand out free neck braces and
Nice.
slings at the picture of Rand Paul after um after getting tackled off of his lawnmower is also very funny.
Yeah.
It's very funny. He's in a lot of medical garbs.
Mhm.
He's got a sling on. I think he's got a neck brace. It's highly entertaining. I dislike Rand Paul a lot,
I'm starting to get that impression, just a little bit.
just a little bit.
Just a little.
My older sister, uh, used to work for a catering company.
Mhm.
I think I don't know. I'm not good with jobs. Pretty sure that's what she did. I think she was catering an event for Rand Paul.
Mhm.
Um, and this was in like 2021, like early 2021,
Yeah.
maybe 2022. I'm not, oh, 2020. I'm not sure. COVID was still an issue then, real big one.
Yeah.
So Rand Paul and all of them weren't wearing masks, and you know,
Yeah.
because he is spineless. He just does whatever the general Republican population wants. And so his wife, all the caterers were wearing masks. His wife, my sister was talking to her boss and some other caterers that she worked with, and then Rand Paul's wife comes over to them, and he goes, "Oh, you don't need to wear the mask. It's over." And then my sister's boss was like, "Oh, did you fix it? Did you stop it?"
Mm.
She did not like that. Yeah, she was very unhappy with that.
Damn.
Yeah. I hate Rand Paul.
You know what? I see it now. I see it.
I don't like.
I don't know the man at all or what he stands for or anything.
He's
Um,
money and power. That's it.
okay.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
you don't really stand for people. I guess I'm not really for it. I guess.
This is in my audition for MSNBC.
Uh,
I hope I get it.
wait, even wait, what?
MSNBC?
Yes.
Yeah. You know what MSNBC is?
Yeah, it's a news channel, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we said audition.
Yeah.
You're trying to audition for MSNBC.
That's what this is.
Oh, that's what this is right now.
I don't really want to do a podcast with you.
Oh, okay.
No. You're one step
Uh-huh.
that leads me to the next step.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm starting to think I'm being a little used.
You are.
Okay, I am being used. So that's interesting that you brought that up. And you know what? I honestly kind of respect your commitment to it
Yeah.
because you gave me like a microphone and some other items to be able to do all this, but in the reality, this is the audition happening right here, right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you spent like money.
I spent real money
You spent real money to do this thing.
and gifted you things to
Yeah, like just very nice things.
audition for MSNBC.
Well, Derek, I gotta say, I mean, look, I would hope you get this audition. I'll have this podcast here for you if you want to come back. I'll just host the next one by myself. It can just be, hey, Anthony.
You're gonna say, "Hey, Anthony," to yourself.
Yeah, pretty much. But I can't say, hey, Derek,
You wouldn't change it to "I'm Anthony."
or I could just say, hey,
Yeah, good.
hey. Anyway, let's start this fucking podcast.
Anthony.
I just look around. All right, I just do it with my ghost friend.
You could change it to "Hey, Anthony." Hey, Anthony, where you uh have a different guest
Mhm.
every episode, which is just another person named Anthony,
Right.
and then hope that they're entertaining.
My first guest will absolutely be Anthony Mackie.
Yeah,
Uh,
you can get him.
and then Anthony Bourdain.
Okay, yeah,
Does that one sound doable?
yes,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
I've seen run out of Anthony so far, but I'll think of some more later.
Bring out a Ouija board.
God.
What's your favorite food? CHE. It's cheese. Really, cheese?
Yeah. Seriously?
Yeah.
This is what we're working with?
More from
Like you're like a chef and this is what you
the world and ate food and
yeah. And cheese is what you come up with?
okay, yeah.
I'm honestly disappointed.
I wouldn't be very good on that show though. On any like Food Network show.
I would agree with that. Not because you wouldn't have like the skills or abilities to learn. I just think you're just not a good person.
Okay. So on two fronts, I probably wouldn't be good then.
Yeah.
Not a good person. I don't think you have to be a good person though. I feel like
You know what? That's fair. A lot of them really aren't.
scratch that. I have a very bad sense of taste.
I'm with you on that. My nose isn't that great, so I just couldn't even.
Same thing for me. I have a uh dulled is the word I think. I have a very dulled sense of smell, which
Okay.
is my sense of taste.
I mean, I think that's okay because we've been able to make it this far without dying from the food that we've made. So I mean, I think we can just keep this up for another like what 60-ish years on average, and I think we should be good.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was a pretty big jump there. Um,
You know,
I know it tastes very good, and you're like, yeah, I'm still alive though.
yeah. Well, I'm like very of the opinion of like go big or go home. You know what I'm saying? So I thought just go big. Just
Is
go big.
home the grave?
Absolutely, it's the grave. So either live or die is what I'm saying to you. You know
In first place, you're dead.
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. That's the exact saying from the movie.
Yeah. Paddington 2.
That's exactly what it was.
Yep.
Not the Berenstein Bears, Paddington 2.
The Berenstein Bears.
Listen, I don't want to get into nitpicky things with you, but right now, okay, I'm just trying to make my point. All
Oh,
right. No, that isn't that what it was? I genuinely don't even know. That was such a what is that? The Mandela effect?
yes.
Yeah, and that's crazy. I still don't know which one it is. It's confusing. Like even though the right one has continually been said to me, I still
It's Berenstein, I think.
Bernstein.
I
Okay,
don't know. I never watched it. I never had read it.
read it.
Books. I don't know. I didn't consume it.
Yes.
Um, so it never that one never hit me. The Mandela, it's called the Mandela effect because everyone thought Mandela died in prison,
Yeah.
which is stupid. What idiot thought that? What idiot thought he died in prison? They made a movie
About him dying in prison.
him not dying in prison.
About him not dying in prison. Okay.
No one watched the movie. It's got Morgan Freeman. He plays Mandela.
Whoa. Nice.
Did no one watch it?
I haven't watched it.
Oh, okay. It's good.
It's good.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty good. I think like I mean, I wouldn't say it's like one singular idiot. I think it's just kind of like a collective idiots who then convince other people of it.
He didn't die in prison though. Is my like that's so he was president for a very long time.
Yeah,
He didn't die until like the 20 teens.
right. I
I just
don't know.
don't know how anyone could think that he died 20 years earlier in prison. Like it was very notable that he became president of South Africa
Yeah,
because he was a former felon,
yeah.
still became president. That's very big news.
I didn't know he was a former felon. That's interesting.
Like, yeah, he got it because apartheid and whatnot, uh,
Oh, right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Well,
stuff.
I'll
Uh,
do it.
yeah, yeah, and so it's like if O.J. Simpson got elected to office, that'd be pretty big news.
That's pretty big. It's also kind of scary.
What Hey, United States of America world. O.J. Simpson here. President O.J. Simpson.
God.
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and, for no reason whatsoever, pardon myself.
For his own crime.
For no reason whatsoever, I'm going to pardon myself.
Not because I did it.
Yeah. I didn't do it. But if I did do it, I wrote a book about it. But I didn't do it.
Yeah. And I would also, I mean, I would do it if the glove fit, but it didn't. So,
Good thing it didn't fit. I put on a lot of weight in prison. That might have been it. He was in jail. He did go to prison eventually, but he was in jail.
right.
That's why I'm saying this, because he went to prison.
Right.
It's like, so yeah, so it's like if OJ Simpson became president and everyone's like, oh, I thought he died in prison in 2006. No.
I think like your mind is like, oh, he's in prison, so he's just kind of like dead to me now. He's just kind of like dead to the world now. Everybody's just like, oh yeah, he's just gone. especially if it's like a really long sentence. You're like, oh well,
How do you think his State of the Union address would go?
his what?
His State of the Union address. How do you think it would be?
Listen, I could try to answer this, but it would be a sad ass answer because I do not know
Hey, Congress,
much about it.
stabbings are down across the world. I did that. I ran for 2,000 yards with the Bills. And I'm going to pardon myself again. No reason whatsoever.
He just keeps pardoning himself right at the very end. P.S. I'm going to pardon myself again for no reason.
Before he even gets elected, he's like debating AOC or someone. My opponent is not the right choice. She would never, ever even pardon herself. Or me.
Just putting the blame on other people. Those become like the Oprah of pardons. He wouldn't pardon himself, and he wouldn't pardon himself. But I would.
Elect a man who did nothing wrong and will prove it to you by pardoning himself.
I'm a trustworthy man. Excuse me.
I'm against abortions because I don't like murder. I'm pro-life.
Oh God.
I'm not black.
Oh, that's right. He did say that.
I'm OJ. You're electing the first ever OJ president.
That's right. I'm not black. I'm OJ. Oh yeah, I totally forgot about that.
OJ American.
OJ.
I'm losing the accent now. I can't. He's like, "Hey, Twitter world." That's what he says.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever seen his videos on Twitter.
I'm just not familiar with this man outside of he's OJ Simpson that
He was a really good running back. He killed his wife and a waiter.
Oh, and a waiter. I thought it was just the wife.
Oh no. He killed her current boyfriend at the time, which I think was like Ron Goldsmith or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. He stole a bunch of his trophies that he won while at USC. Went to prison, got sentenced for 33 years. Only served 9.
Damn. Damn, he didn't even make it halfway through that.
No.
That's crazy.
I'm gonna pardon myself again. You can't do any. How can I steal my own stuff?
Make no damn sense.
Bobby Shmurda's pardoned too.
Fuck that. Fuck that.
Well, we have a
Yeah, we have a minute and a half.
We got less than a minute and a half.
Yeah.
Wrap this up.
All right.
Great. You know what? How would you grade this first podcast?
I give it a C minus.
Yeah, that's fair. I feel like we picked it up at the end there.
I agree. Well, I think once I brought up the Manosphere thing, it kind of just went into it from there.
Yeah. But
just because we found something.
Look, we're getting this, okay? The only people that are watching this are related to us.
Well, exactly. So it should be fine.
Yeah.
We have less than a minute, so we should
wrap it up.
Yeah, we should.
Okay.
I have just like a cutoff.
Okay. Well,
so I'll see you next week.
I'll see you next week.
All right. We'll have some good stuff to talk about, hopefully.
All right.
Bye-bye. Peace out, man. Peace out, world.
Peace out to the world.